Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Cassie and I should not be allowed to step foot in a Kmart because I will feel the urge to buy the most random things I don't need. Like these Pikachu socks, for example. I will be honest, the first time I saw them I was a bit put off by the price tag. I mean, $79 in this economy? Really? Right in front of my Marill? I think Marill should be free. Everyone deserves one for their happiness. For the next few weeks, Marill always remained at the back of my mind. I am a water sign, my Chinese zodiac sign is a water element, and I had the most water Pokemon out of all Pokemon types on Pokemon Go. And of course, I've always had a soft spot for mice and rats and little rodents. On the 18th of July, I officially completed my certificate 2 in animal care, and on the 26th of July, I was visiting Kmart when I realized, oh shoot, they're selling out pretty quickly. And because I wasn't going to risk having $79 stolen from me, I texted my dad asking if he'd be my security guard and my photographer for a day, and he said yes, so now we're making this video. And that is the story of how I got my Marill, who I would save from a fire before any of my family members if my house was burning down. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Since we are on the topic of Pokemon plushies from Kmart, another Kmart plushie I have is this Snorlax. I got this back in June 2023, but I'm pretty sure Kmart still sells smaller ones or similar sized ones. And obviously having a life-size Snorlax would be the dream come true, but since I do not have the money or the space for that at the moment, this little guy is just fine.
Snorlax, a sleeping Pokemon. Snorlax wakes only to eat.
Doesn't sound too hungry.
Ball.
Oh, that's it! Pokeball, go! Oh, great.
So I keep my little plushies at the fireplace over here, and I've got a specific section just for the Pokemon ones. For the life of me, I cannot remember the order I got the plushies in, but anyway, I'll just start off with this classic Raichu, because when I first saw Raichu on the episode, I believe it was called Electric Shockdown, Electric Town Shutdown, I fell in love with him immediately. Because obviously everyone loves Pikachu. When I saw Raichu, I was like, oh my god, it is a chunkier, cuter Pikachu. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer Raichu's original form over the Aloha form, but that's not, did I pronounce it correctly? Either way, I absolutely love Raichu in all his forms. So the next Raichu plushie I have is Raichu in its Alolan form. Either way, you get the point. Believe it or not, I actually contemplated giving this plushie away or selling it because it is the only gift that I have from my ex, who I dated for 3 years before he randomly cheated on me with a girl from Reddit.
Emotional damage!
I've given away every article of clothing, every plushie, every piece of jewelry, everything he's given me except for Raichu because, well, my love for Raichu is greater than my hate towards him. And you know, at the end of the day, it's not worth spending another $30, $40 on a new plushie just because of that. I still love this Raichu very much. So the next Raichu I have, I'm 99% sure was a Christmas present for me in primary school. But this Raichu is not like other Raichus, and let me show you why.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Raichu!
It is a chunky Pikachu and a Raichu in one. I do love this chunky Pikachu, but of course Raichu is my day one, so I normally keep it in its Raichu form. I'm not sure if this counts as more of a plushie or keyring or both or something else entirely, but the most recent Pokemon item I bought was this little Mimikyu. I've always known of Mimikyu, I always knew of his appearance, but I didn't know anything beyond that. So Raichu has obviously been a consistent favourite from when I was at least 12 years old to when I'm now 22 years old. I always knew I would get a tattoo of Raichu, but I thought, hey, maybe I should look at other Pokemon designs and backstories and get some other Pokemon tattoos. So for example, I was looking at Ditto. Ditto can shapeshift into everything and anything, but I feel like Ditto's true form is his cutest. So I don't know, I feel like there could be some deep story that an English teacher would get you to analyze behind that. I got inspired to search up Mimikyu's backstory, and oh my god, after I watched Jessie's Mimikyu, that episode altered my brain chemistry forever.
It looks great, don't you think? That means yay for me! No, don't rip it again. Oh right, here's that Malasada I bought. I know!
So now moving from plushies to figures, these two technically belong to my dad, but like, do they really? My dad has had these since, I don't know, the beginning of time, since the creation of the universe. Definitely before I was born, but after I was born, I would make these two play with my Barbies and party animals and other toys. And as silly as I was as a child, I was very, very protective of them. I would make sure they'd never get hurt. I'd make sure they'd never get dirty, and I always looked out for them. As an adult, I now have a better understanding of why figures may not be for children. There were still some figures from Dragon Ball and Buffy the Vampire Slayer that my dad never let me touch, but I'm still so grateful that he let me keep Pikachu and Meowth, because they were arguably the most iconic and the most recognizable from the Pokemon Indigo League series. So this duo really played a key part in my childhood. One of the bad things about browsing for Pokemon merch in Australia, or even just anime merch in general, is that it can be quite expensive. Recently, I have made the decision to try my hardest to shop from more sustainable and ideally more affordable sources, so something that I've really been loving is buying things secondhand from Depop or Marketplace. Personally, I've had more luck looking for anime-related things on Depop or Marketplace, but I'm sure there may be some on Poshmark or eBay or your local op shops. As a matter of fact, the shirt I'm wearing at the moment is from Depop. I think the original price might be at least $30, maybe somewhere between $30 to $50, but I got it for $12. So when I was setting up my own online stores to sell my own secondhand clothes, I was also very fortunate to come across some people selling secondhand Pokemon clothes. So the first dress I have here is predominantly covered in fairy Pokemon, which are also one of my favourite types. Of course, I've got a soft spot for Mimikyu, but I also love how chunky and friendly Chansey is. This next dress is actually a size M, but it feels the same size as the S from before. This one predominantly features normal Pokemon, and as you can see, it has my babies Ditto and Snorlax. The only downside to these dresses is that they don't have pockets, but aside from that, they are probably the best things I have purchased this year. And the last piece of Pokemon clothing I have to show you actually isn't on me right now because I've been wearing it so much that it's in a wash, but this is a Ditto hoodie I got from Black Milk. I got this hoodie in a size XS because it was the only size available at the time, but it fits a bit more like a S. It is honestly the most soft and comfortable material ever. It is perfect for lounging around the house or going out casually. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you had a favourite out of my collection, let me know if you're a collector, and let me know what your favourite Pokemon is. It feels so cool getting back into my love for Pokemon after all these years, and it just feels so nostalgic. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day.